You don't cover Pfizer or Lilly. I'm not going to ask you about those, but you do have Regeneron on your list, Gilead on your list. Those are names that have been in the mix, certainly with remdesivir and others. Are there other names that you expect some positive news out of in the coming weeks and months?
Well, I mean, I think there's still other, large pharma companies waiting for vaccine data sets that we're all kind of aware of. So we're looking for some more vaccine data, but, on the treatment side, I mean, a lot of companies have antibody approaches and treatment approaches, but, it really is, Regeneron and Gilead who are in the lead. And, obviously Gilead has emergency use authorization. We're waiting to see if Regeneron is cleared for emergency use authorization. But, I feel positive that it will, especially since looking at what happened last night with Lilly, that you would think that, Regeneron's timelines are pretty similar there as well.
Yeah, we had remdesivir of Gilead. It was basically approved. You had sales exceeding expectations. But now we have the news out yesterday. Does the news out yesterday from Lilly's treatment and the potential of a vaccine change your outlook on Gilead or Regeneron at all? I mean, I guess the concept is if we have a vaccine fully out in a year or two, you won't get it, so you won't need to be treated for it.
Yeah, I mean, taking a step back, I mean, both companies, which I have overweights on, fundamentally the story is much, much more and always has been than COVID-19. This is kind of like a cherry on top for both stories that no one would have expected that they could have $1 billion plus potential on an annual basis for probably the next couple of years. I do think, COVID's going to remain a challenge for all of us for a while going forward. So you're going to need treatment. So unfortunately, if you get this, something like a Gilead or a Regeneron treatment is something that would be more appropriate because you wouldn't need a vaccine at that point. So unfortunately, I think these treatments are going to remain relevant, especially as you see these cases rising and a lot of commentary that the winter could be particularly challenging. And it's going to take some time for the vaccines to get broadly disseminated. We're going to have to kind of start with, risk populations first.
Yeah, well, listen, because the pandemic has really eaten the world and eaten our attention, by the way, understandably and justifiably so, Alethia, are we overlooking other non-COVID related opportunities in other stocks, names like Amgen? I mean, everybody's focused on so much on COVID. Are we forgetting there's still a lot of other really bad stuff out there that's going to be with us for a while?
I mean, you look at a company like Vertex, who has, the stock has pulled back significantly. They have a drug for cystic fibrosis, a franchise. It's a multi-billion dollar franchise. They also are developing a pipeline. The stock's kind of pulled back based on the first kind of phase 1B setback they had, but they have kind of backup assets behind it, which are coming in the first half of 2021 for the pipeline, plus other programs in their pipeline. And so, we really like a company like Vertex because we think that right now the stock prices in most of their base business and not a ton for their pipeline, but they're one of the world's most innovative companies, evidenced by their, clinical development pathway. And, they really don't get a lot of credit for the future.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.